Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops at Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. It's your brother Rabbi Knapp coming out with a lesson, Lord's will, satisfying to the Lord's elect. Okay, damn, it says the stock market's going back up, man. I guess the federal chair, I guess he had some federal cut or whatever. I was looking into, I guess, so now people feel like, you know, they're more likely to invest, more likely to spend money because the stock market's going up. Just a second ago, you thought it was going to crash, man. Just a second ago, you were just talking shit about the place. But now he got some tax cut. Now your stock price is going up. Now you think everything's all okay, man. And it's not. Shalom alak Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shabarakatah Zayala Adaho, man. You know, the stock market's going up. I just saw it said, I be getting alerts, Bitcoin up. Fucking who knows how much money, man. But even though that's going up, don't be fooled, man. Don't think this place is gonna be all right because the stock price is up, man. Even though that's a good indication that the economy's going well, because when in the times of war, this is when Esau makes his money. So he's doing all right. So a lot of his people who voted for him and stuff, they think that's all right. But if you're listening to Mexican news, there's a senator in Mexico that's basically saying that she wants him to come into Mexico so he can stop the cartels. But the president that's there, that lady, I forgot her name, they're saying she's all for that cartel shit. And that's what you expect from a small hat, man. That's what they do. They fuck your whole shit up, man. Nobody wants the cartel in their shit. Nobody wants people selling drugs. You know, the Mexican people ain't even like that, man. The majority of them, man, but it's just Esau's in the way, so he creates these issues that you see in these other countries. Okay, when you go to the book of Ecclesiastes, 12th chapter, as a matter of fact, let's go there. You know, he's wherever there's adversity, he's right there. He's in the midst of that shit. I could see if Esau wasn't there, you could blame it all on Jacob's wicked, but just because Esau's presence shows you that he has some form of wherever he's at is the border of wickedness. That he's playing a part in whatever's going on over there. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12. I believe it's, I'll start at 14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. This is the point. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. And that's what he pretends to help you. I want to go in there, I want to destroy the cartel that's in there. And then when he brings his red ass in there, your country's going to be just as wicked as this place, man. If not worse. Because this place is getting worse. He's finally going to show you how wicked he is. There's already rumors. I was looking on TikTok. I don't know if the algorithm's fucking with my thing, because I said he gonna start making some of these unrighteous decrees that are just more wickedness, man. And I was talking about those pedophiles, man. He gonna start saying it was legal for that, and then some lady pops up on my time. One of her videos popped up, and she's saying they trying to pass some decrees that's lowering the age of consent to 14 years old. You know, so incrementally you can see what he's trying to do, man. By not letting the Epstein files be released, by allowing LGBTQ same-sex marriages. If you either for righteousness or you're for wickedness, man. You can't be in the middle about this, man. Because all it does is gonna eventually get more and more wicked, man. That's what he does. If you agree to these policies, you'll agree to anything, and he knows that, because he's the damn devil. Ecclesiastes 12 and 18. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. Yeah, when he sees your ass get destroyed, man, he's gonna act like, oh shit, man. I thought you said you were gonna help me. And then you actually got people in your own country. He's the one who started all that shit. And then you got protesters wanting him to come in and fix the damn problem. Okay, that's not how this is supposed to work, man. When you allow another country into your politics, into the infrastructure of your country, you're giving up your sovereignty. Okay, but you probably got other, you probably aligned with America on other issues. like LBGTQ, like same-sex marriages, all that shit, man. But eventually it's gonna lead to something more wicked, which is gonna have to do with your kids, man. Okay? Nobody wants to live in a society where it's legal for a 14-year-old to sleep with a grown-ass white Edomite, man. Nobody wants to do that except for Esau Edom. This fucking devil, man. That the Bible's talking about. All right? I'm going to start off in the book of Habakkuk. Habakkuk gets into all of this, man. This is what our forefathers were trying to warn us about, man. They knew about Esau. As a matter of fact, let's go to the book of Job. Job knew about Esau. It tells you clearly in the Job, the 30th chapter, how he thought about these Edomites. And you should have the same mindset, because this is in his heart to be this way. Okay? Just like you hate a roach, you see a roach, you want to step on it. That's how you should feel about Esau. He's somebody that needs to be stepped on, man. He's the basis of men. The basis of men means he's below everything that's on this earth, man. He's the lowest form of mankind down here on the earth, exalted as being the top form of it, and it's not. Wickedness is not. The wisdom of wickedness is not righteousness. The wisdom of wickedness, the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. That's what I'm trying to say. Ecclesiasticus 19 and 22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. Neither at any time the counsel of sinners is prudence. So if he's trying to bring forth something, it's not for your benefit, man. There's a scripture that tells you if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. Let me grab that. I think it's in the book of Sirach, the 14th chapter. Because that's how he is. If he doeth good, he do it unwillingly. Yeah, Ecclesiasticus chapter 14, verse 7. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. And at the last, he will declare his wickedness. Okay, at the last, at the end of the days, he's going to show you he's into all that type of shit. Child sacrifice, drinking blood, whatever, you name it. Cannibalism, you know, all of that shit, man. Kids, he's into that shit. All the shit that you thought, oh, that's conspiracy theory and shit. The worst shit you can think about, he's into that shit. That's his favorite shit to do. Okay? And at the end, he's going to declare his wickedness. How is he going to declare his wickedness? Through his unrighteous decrees. He's already declaring his wickedness through his unrighteous decrees. He's showing you who he hates in these last days. And it's not Moab and Ishmael. Okay? Showing you that Psalms, the 83rd chapter, they working together to come up against you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? I forgot what precept I was even going to give, but let me jump over here. Lord's will come back to me. Job chapter 30, verse 1, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision. So how is Job's talking about the Edomites, man? How are they younger than I? Because the elect were created before this devil, man. Those are the first fruits of the Heavenly Father, the first spirits created. And he's younger than I. That's why when it came to giving up the birthright and giving up his blessing, he failed at both tests. Because he's younger than I, man. He don't understand the context of spirituality, how important it is to serve the Lord. He's adverse to all these things. He's like a child. He doesn't understand the importance of serving the Lord. He don't get that. That's why when he sees us doing this, it's an abomination to him. It doesn't make any sense. It just sounds like racist rhetoric, and that's what it sounds like in his ears. But when he's calling you a nigga and all of that, it don't mean nothing when he says the same. When he does the same shit, he's a hypocrite. But this is how he's younger than I, because all this was given to us from the beginning. It was all in the Lord's mindset to give us the kingdom. Okay, so him having it temporarily, and the way he acts shows you he's a child too. Okay, and him giving us the birthright, which is the rights of the firstborn, he gave that to us because through the Spirit it was ours to begin with. Okay, so we were the elect of the first spirits created. Now he has us in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. So he wouldn't even have his fathers to be around the dogs of his flock. Never mind the rest of the animals. He has control of all these animals, man. Okay, and he's wicked. And the scriptures talk about the wicked, a wicked man, has no regard for the animals. I forgot how the precept goes. Yeah. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 10. It says, a righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. That's why he'll put a fucking hole in a cow so he can force feed them so they can produce more milk. This is the devil, man. We would never do no shit like that. It's not even on our nature to do some shit like that to produce more milk. You're not even supposed to be drinking that shit anyways. Okay? That's why most jakes, you know, we're shitting our brains out, man, when we drink that shit, man. Because we're not really supposed to be drinking that shit, man. Okay? But Esau, he'll do that shit and his bones will get strong from drinking that shit. You know? Just like eating the rest of these abominations. That shit would kill Jake, but for him, he's healthy and strong. He can run a whole fucking marathon eating fucking shrimp, crab, and lobster. Okay? Showing you gotta listen to what the Lord said. He's the wicked. Of course he can get away with that shit, man. He getting the jab shot. He got fucking baby fetus in it, and he ain't getting sick from that shit. But you giving up the ghost, man. You can't even play ball, man. You having heart attacks from that shit. Because he's the wicked. That's why he needs fucking growth hormones and to transform into a woman and all that shit, man. Because that's his real fucking nature. He's a chick. Any man that thinks holding a gun makes you a man, that's a weak ass man. Because once you subtract the gun from Esau, you the fucking prey of the earth. You're the fucking prey, man. Fucking Edomites, man. Look at Book of Job, chapter 30, verse 2. Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me? In whom did old age was perished? Let me grab that. Job 30 and 2, Salakia. Shalom, Malak, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. You got something? Oh, he's in Proverbs 30. Oh, he got a whole list. See, he empty out a clip on y'all. Isaiah, Allah, Idaho. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 1. But of the times of the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. Yeah, we know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night, man. And we see that every single day. I didn't even watch the full news today, man. I just saw a couple videos and you could already see it. DC got fucking what do you call it? National Guard out there, man. This is all prophecy being fulfilled before your eyes. It's not 100% going on, but that it's slowly growing, man. It's slowly growing into the prophecies. Okay? 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Yeah, they're not going to escape. Okay? Because this sudden destruction, man, you weren't preparing yourself for it. Just like you were prepared for a thief to come into your house, you would have barricaded the doors. You would have did whatever you had to do. You would have set up some traps. You would have been like Home Alone. He was prepared for those thieves to come in. He had paint falling out, hitting him in the head. That's being prepared, man. He wasn't caught off guard. He knew that Esau was coming. Proverbs 26 and 24, he that hateth dissembleth with his lips and layeth up deceit within him. And that's Esau, man. He dissembling with his lips. Proverbs 26 and 25, when he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. That's right, man. Ooh, 7 abominations, man. That's complete. He's a complete abomination, man. You can't trust this devil with anything he says. If he says he's coming to help you, man, you better load up, man. You better strap up. You better get the army ready. You better call all your allies and get ready to go to war, man. When he say, hey, I want to help you out. As soon as he says that shit, man, load up, get the guns, man. Go from a state of level 3, we're going to level 6 on this nigga, man. Proverbs 26 and 26, whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. We're going to see that, man. And we're seeing that. We're already coming into this truth. It's clear as day, man. It's clear as day. It's just like when you try to talk to somebody that speaks a different language, you start talking all dumb. That's how we try to talk to you, you Christians out there, man. We got to talk like we speak in a different language just to get you to see that this is the devil, man. Or what kind of, that's foolishness. Oh, listen, you go over here and talk to you all dumb and shit because you're dumb. So we got to dumb down ourselves, even though the scriptures do tell you that Paul says you got to condescend to people's level, man, so that you can build them up. But the more brothers try to build you up, the more they just we can tell that the door to mercy is getting closer, man. Because you're going further and further away from the truth. You're getting deeper and deeper into your wickedness. Okay, but as much as Esau is going to be revealed for his wickedness, y'all are going to be revealed for your wickedness. Y'all ain't say nothing about the LGBTQ. You're not going to say nothing about these pedophiles that are coming. You didn't even say nothing about that, man. You should be talking about that. You're not going to be talking about the RFID microchip. You're going to have that. Because you prophesy and say that's not what it is. It's going to happen to you. Okay? Proverbs chapter 20, 26 and 26. Whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be shown before the whole congregation. Proverbs 30 and 12. There is a generation that are pure in their own eyes and yet is not washed from their filthiness. There is a generation, or how lofty are their eyes, and their eyelids are lifted up. There is a generation whose teeth are as swords, and their jaw teeth as knives, to devour the poor from off the earth, and the needy from among men. Woo! Man, that's beautiful, man. His teeth are as swords, man. That's Esau, man. His teeth are as swords, man. You're gonna start seeing his teeth are also his unrighteous decrees. You know, you're gonna start seeing his teeth. For sure, we're telling you about his teeth, man. Like, yo, that's not a sheep, man. That's a wolf. Oh, nah, he's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Nah, we can trust in him. All right, when he eats your ass with these unrighteous decrees like he's gonna do when he comes in as a flood, as a madman, he's gonna devour you. When he gives you that MOTB and you take it cheerfully, you've been devoured. When he makes it mandatory and you walk up to a chipping station and get it in your right hand or in your forehead, a lot of you Christians are gonna get the one in your forehead, man. Because y'all are so dumb that you probably want to do that. Nah, I don't want it in my hand. I put it right there. I want to have eternal life, man. I want to be upload me to the metaverse. That's how y'all are, man. You think like you're unrealistic in your views, anyways. Why wouldn't you join a world that doesn't exist, man? Psalms 12 and 8. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. And that the vilest men are the Edomites, man. They're the most vilest men. Okay? That's why he sets up pedophiles in high positions. Here it is, the least of the flock. You got somebody, they ain't even that many of them. They don't even have any kids, yet they're the fucking president of a whole country, man. A whole damn country. How the hell she getting there? Why can't you have a natural born Mexicano, man? Supposedly. And a lot of y'all probably voted for her, but y'all don't know who you are, so you're liable to be breaking these laws. The Lord don't tell you to vote for these damn heathen, man, to rule over you. And that's a big part of why your nation's like that. Half of them are divided, half of them are up here protesting about shit that's going on in their country, and their country is fucking fucked up. Just like the majority of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Proper coming out here protesting about shit, trying to change shit over here when your own fucking house is fucked up. More importantly, Israel's fucked up. Never mind your slave land. You can't even hold on to your slave land. Proverbs 22 and 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Yeah, you're gonna get punished, man. Because you're simple, you're not prudent. You don't foresee the evil that's coming to you. All these things that we're talking about are gonna come down on you, man. It's gonna come down with great wrath suddenly in an instant. You ain't gonna know it. They're gonna be knocking on your door. Excuse me, where's your digital ID? Pull up open your blockchain, however they're gonna do it. Oh, you don't have one? Oh, well, you gotta come with us. We gotta put you in a retraining class or whatever, man. They might think they have to retrain you. You might be considered crazy with these unrighteous decrees. Coming out here on the highways and hedges, man. They got a whole database of Israel going all the way back to the history, the different splits in the camps, all the way down to people who you might think you're nobody. You know, nobody watches my videos. Who cares? The government cares. Iran cares. Why are they watching your videos? Okay? Why are they doing that? Because they understand, hold on, this is the truth, man. This is the truth. Just like this is weaponized spiritually towards Esau, he gonna try to weaponize the Bible against us by saying whatever he's gonna say, trying to put us together with with Ishmael, man. We're not Arabs, man. Even though I got a garment on. A lot of people be saying Assalamu alaikum to me because my garment got black fists on it and stuff like that. But it is what it is, man. We're not Ishmael, man. We're not Arabs. We're Israelites, man. Okay, we go back to Israel. The Lord made a covenant with the Israelites. Okay, on Mount Sinai through Moses. There was no bunch of Christians and non-believers coming up to Mount Sinai, man. He didn't save everybody out of Egypt. Just like he's not going to save everybody out of Babylon. He's going to save the elect, and the rest are going to be destroyed. Just like this time. He's running the same play over and over again. You can read it in the book of Judges. You can, multiple times has he done it. Okay? Proverbs, it's like Job chapter 30, and verse 3. For want and famine, they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste. Yeah, you fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste. You ain't have shit. Okay? And everyone knew you were the devil. Now they're blinded. Just like if you go back to people who lived through the Great Depression, they would see the way we live today and be like, y'all trust the banks again? Have you not learned what happened back then? They didn't give us our money, man. And y'all are fully invested. As soon as they came out with the 401k, man, a lot of old folks would have been like, nah, don't trust that shit. Keep your money in your mattress. It's better for the house to burn down and you lose your cash in a fire than for this fucking devil, man, telling you you don't have access to your money. Because that's what he's going to do to y'all anyways. That's what he's trying to do to you by having you go into a digital system. So you have full control over you. And you're going to be begging for that. You're going to be begging for a system like that. And then you're not going to eat. And that's the funny part about it all. That's the irony of the Lord, man. You're going to agree with the devil temporarily, and he just took your blessing from you, man. Sort of like what Jake did to Esau. Esau's going to do to 2/3 of you Jakes. See, we understand the story. We understand how the Lord does this, man. And if you don't see it, then it's not meant for you to see it. It's meant for you to continue to walk the path of a so-called white man and die. Job chapter 30 and verse 4, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. Yeah, you're going to go back to cutting up mallows and eating juniper roots, man. That's your diet. Juniper roots, when you look it up, it's like little twigs, little roots that go, that's what he was eating. When you read, what's that, the 13th tribe, it goes into how disgusting, that's Amalek, more importantly, but how disgusting that damn devil is, man. How he was at his base state, at his normal state. That's how he's supposed to be, desolate and wild, and it's a waste of seed, man. Nobody wants to be around a thief, a robber. That's Esau. That's why you still see that today in other countries. Being a thief is like the worst thing you could be in these other countries. You can murder somebody, but being a pedophile, they'll kill you. Being a thief, they'll chop your hand off. You know, no one likes people like that. They have more respect for other crimes, but those, Esau, murdering shit, doing shit, they'll kill your ass for that, man. And he's been lucky to get away with all this crime that you actually think this devil's somebody to get married to. But you're going to see in these last days when he starts killing his wives, killing his kids, because he can't pay his bills. And you right next to the damn devil. You're going to find out. Or just kill everybody and eat y'all, man. Because he might think in his head, oh, I can have more kids anyways with some other bitch. So y'all better watch out, you women that are out there, man. You love Esau so damn much. You're going to be running to the church, looking for security, looking for safety. And you're going to get shot the fuck up in there. There's a movie called The Last of Us or some shit like that. She was with these church-going people, man. They were eating human meat. Praying to Jesus. That's what they're going to do to you. They're going to pray and sacrifice your ass because they're pagans, man. That's what pagans do. Pagans practice human sacrifice. You pagans believe that Easter bunnies have eggs, man. Bunnies don't have eggs, man. But this is how skewed your world view is, man. It's a disease, okay? You can't be cured from. That fire got to kill you, man. So it's not really hate, it's really love that we're trying to tell you. Death is not always a bad thing. There's a scripture that tells you, man, better is the end of a thing. Let me grab that. Let me grab that. I don't want to keep ramping on. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning. Hey, you guys gotta go. I think it's Ecclesiastes 7:8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. And that's right, that's the elect, man. That's Israel, supposedly, you know, but the elect are gonna be patient. They're gonna suffer the things that we gotta go through on a day-to-day, man. Whatever it is. Whether you got ailments, bills, with all that shit, man. People coming up against you, who cares, man? People on the internet talking shit, scoffing, driving by, talking shit, giving you the finger. Shit, some people were getting shot at to come out here teaching this Bible, man. Anything can happen to you when you make your body a living sacrifice for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. But we're going to thank the Lord for whatever comes to us, because he chose us to be Israel, man. Whether you're a 2/3, 1/3, hey, man, the Lord chose you to be Israel. So in the kingdom, you're going to be good anyway. You know, so it's always good to know, you know, that your labor is not in vain, man. You know, coming out here trying to teach your people, trying to store up heavenly riches. That's the only riches that are gonna matter in these last days. Okay, this is the book of Job, chapter 30, verse 5. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them after a thief. Yeah, they cried after them after a thief, man. They understood that Esau's a damn thief. Y'all forgot that. That's why they're ruling over you in your respective lands. Okay? You think because he speaks Spanish like you that he's one of you. He's not. He's not, man. He likes to infiltrate you. You better get familiar with Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter. You need to learn about Haman. How he likes to get close to you so we can overthrow you. That's Amalek, most importantly, but that's Esau. They all go back to Esau. Amalek is Esau's grandson. Okay, Eliphaz's son. Okay? And he's in power right now. That's who's in your land fighting with the Ishmaelites. Job chapter 30, verse 6. To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. So he understood Job. Who's Job talking about? I thought Job was just suffering from a bet that the Lord and Satan made against him. No, he was prophesying during his affliction. Just like the elect are doing it during their afflictions. They're prophesying against this devil. And he's talking about Esau. I'm talking about Esau. Hey, all the men who are under Great Millstone are talking about Esau, man. And then we got to take detours to try to get you Christians on point, but your sword ain't being sharpened. You want it to keep being dull. So it doesn't work. Okay? It doesn't work, man. A lot of your breakdowns, they're just corny, man. And that's an understatement. Oh, God loves everybody. So what are we talking about? What's the point of going to church? You already know that. What's the point? Who cares? Okay, he loves everybody. Why are you killing everybody in Palestine then? Why are there famines in Yemen? Does he not love them? Clearly, he ain't fucking with a specific people. When these things start coming over here, we'll see if he's going to fuck with you. Because that's just a prelude of what's going to happen to y'all. Because you keep saying he loves everybody, and clearly he doesn't. People are getting put to death in buses. There was a truck driver that took a U-turn down here and killed a whole family. Why didn't the Lord put the spirit on the man to hit the brakes? Because he ain't messing with everybody, man. Job chapter 30 and verse 6 again. To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Yeah, that's what a Caucasian does, man. That's what Petra, you go look up Petra, man. That's where he used to dwell, in the caves of the rocks. That's why your architecture looks the way it does. That's why his court system is like that, man. Those Roman pillars, or those Greek pillars, whatever you want to call them, it goes all the way back to Petra, the cliff dweller, the caveman, Esau. I forgot the insurance company. He's like, even a caveman can do it. That's Esau. Esau, he thinks it's a joke. He thinks that shit's funny, but see, we understand what he's saying. He's telling you the truth in plain sight. Got this hairy figure looking like fucking Fred Flintstone trying to sell you insurance. That's Esau. It's the book of Job, chapter 30, verse 7. Among the bushes, they brayed. Yeah, they brayed, man, like a donkey. When you look up braid, they didn't have a language. Okay? They weren't speaking the romantic languages, you know, the French and Spanish, and they didn't have English. They brayed, man. He's a base man. And we can see that even with amongst his smart. Look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk got like he got some fucking disorder, man. I don't know what it is. And that's one of their smartest. You can tell something's fucking mentally wrong with that motherfucker. The way he dances, the way he walks out of cars. Look at Mark Zuckerberg. He's supposed to be really smart. He don't even know how to open a fucking door, man. It was a show he was couldn't even open the door. Fucking weird. Mental, they're estranged from the womb, man. So clearly the Lord got to be dealing with them. They can't create any of this without some divine inspiration. These people they're not what you think they are, man. The Lord gave them these things, man. All these things came from the Lord. You can't take credit for anything. All wisdom comes from the Lord, man. He won't give it to them. He'll take it away from you. He'll give it to them. That's like he's going to do in these last days with some of you believers in this truth. You don't want to work for the Lord the way you're supposed to. He's going to be taking your wisdom away from you. Slowly but surely. And he's going to give it to someone that's more profitable. People who are taking this ministry seriously. Who's not fooling around with it, playing with it. This ain't a hobby, man. This is either your life or you're going to die, man. Simple as that. It's the book of Job, chapter 30. Verse 7, under the nettles, they were gathered together. Yeah, under the nettles, they were gathered together, man. Okay? Job 30 and 8, they were children of fools. Yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. Going back to what this brother was saying with Psalms 12 and 8. When the vilest men, roughly paraphrasing, all around you are exalted. Hey, that's what's going on right now. The evilest, vilest men are being exalted. That's why you got the Catholic Church is like the most predominant push. Look at how much money they get, man. Because the vilest men are exalted. Look at the accusations that they have in those type of congregations. Okay? Vile, wicked, nasty shit, man. Even in history. They had their hands in with slavery, re-educating the Northern Kingdom to believe in the bullshit that they believe in. How do you reverse engineer all of that, man? You can only do it through the Holy Spirit, man. That's the only thing that can reverse that. Even you Haitians, man, fucking bunch of Catholics, man. Bunch of Catholics. Kissing the Pope's ring, he ain't helping you, man. He got all that money, billions of dollars. Haiti's the size of a state in the country, man. He can give you not even a fraction of the wealth he has, and you can change Haiti for the better, man. They don't want Haiti to be changed for the better. They rather send drones over there to destroy you. Okay? Blackwater. And Eric, whatever the fuck his name is, man. Fucking that place up, blowing up you Israelites, because you're wicked as fuck anyways, man. You're wicked as shit. A lot of you Haitians are wicked as hell, man. The biggest mama's boys I ever seen in my life. Good luck with that, man. Y'all make the best Christians, man, because you love your mama so damn much, man. You love that Princess Diana spirit. It's the book of Job 30. And 9, and now am I their song, yea, I am their byword. That's why they call you niggas spits. That's why they calling you that shit. You're a byword, man. They calling you everything outside of who you are, a son of God, man, an Israelite. Telling you everything but the truth, man. And you believe it. Ultimately, you've been rejected by Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. That's why you can't receive your nationality. You can't receive the truth. You can't receive Yahweh Shah. And if you can't receive him, you can't receive the Heavenly Father. You ain't going to be covered in the last days. You got the wrong garment on. You got a dirty, filthy, disgusting garment on. You're going to be destroyed in it. Job chapter 30 and verse 10, they abhor me, they flee far from me, and spare not to spit in my face. That's what they do, man. They spare not to spit in your face. They'll walk by the altar, they'll spit on the ground, man. That's all spiritual. This is what Job's saying, man. They spare not to spit in your face. Because ultimately, through the Spirit, they understand who they are and who you are. Even though if they've never even heard the word Esau, they know who they are, man. They know they're wicked. They know it, man. And they know the Lord hates them. And when they see you, the Spirit of the Lord, if it's risen upon you, man, they can feel it. They can feel it, man. Job chapter 30, verse 11, because he have loosed my cord and afflicted me, they have also let loose the bridle before me. Upon my right hand rise the youth, they push away my feet, and they raise up against me the ways of their destruction. That's pretty much it on that, man. But that's who has us in derision, man. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay? And if you don't understand that, you need to get to understand that. If you trust in him, he's going to kill you, he's going to eat you, man. He's going to eat your liver. He's going to eat your brain, man. He's a dead man. You don't think this wicked man would do that to you, but he will. He will. And they're all for it, man. And they'll be happy. It won't even think twice about it. Okay, let me go to the book of Judges, the 2nd chapter. Judges chapter 2, verse 1, and an angel of the Lord came up from Gilgal to Bochum and said, I made you to go up out of Egypt and have brought you into the land which I swear unto your fathers. And I said, I will never break my covenant with you. So this is the Lord telling Israel that. Okay? He'll never break the covenant with us. We're the ones who broke the covenant. We're the ones being rebellious towards the Lord. He's not being rebellious towards us, but he's punishing us for our actions. Judges chapter 2, verse 2, and ye shall make no league with the inhabitants of this land. Ye shall throw down their altars, but ye have not obeyed my voice. Why have you done this? Yeah, so you should throw down their altars. He got plenty of altars all across Babylon. And you worship those altars. You go to those altars, you seek refuge from your enemy. You don't think Israel has an enemy? And you ain't teaching Israel. Imagine the Israelites, you Christians are teaching Israel to love everybody. Get the hell out of here, man. The Lord ain't tell Israel to do that, and we ain't telling Israel to do that. Whether we're Israel or not. This is for Israel. Whether you think we're Israel or not, I should say. Because I believe I'm Israel. Okay? Judges chapter 2, verse 3, wherefore I also said, I will not drive them out from before you, but they shall be as thorns in your sides, and their God shall be a snare unto you, and they are a snare unto you today. Okay, the Lord allowed them to be here, man, to be a snare unto you. Because he ain't fucking with everybody anyway. It's all a test for his elect. And the undesirables, you're going to perish. Judges chapter 2, verse 4, and it came to pass when the angel of the Lord spake these words unto all the children of Israel, that the people lifted up their voice and wept. Yeah, so the angel of the Lord, okay, going back to it being a messenger too. That's what the angel is, okay? Telling the children of Israel, man. He wasn't talking, it doesn't say, to the children who believe they're Christians. No, it's talking to Israel. Judges chapter 2, verse 5, and they called the name of that place Bochum. And they sacrificed there unto the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua. But at that time, Yahweh, man. They sacrificed unto Yahweh. Y'all sacrificing to another God, man. Where's Jesus Christ in the Old Testament? In your eyes, they don't say that, but he was all through it. But you lack that understanding. That's why you pretty much throw away the whole Old Testament, even though there's still prophecies that have to be fulfilled, and you just go into the New Testament like no one else was. Everyone in the New Testament was following the Old Testament. Stephen got stoned to death for the Old Testament, but yet he's in the New Testament. How do you explain that? How do you explain him seeing the Son of God standing on the right hand of the Heavenly Father? When you say they're both one, why you see two people there? Book of Judges chapter 2, verse 6, and when Joshua had let the people go, the children of Israel went every man unto his inheritance to possess the land. Yeah, unto his inheritance. So Israel was inherited something. So you trying to come into that. So now all of a sudden, now that you believe, do you go back into some form of inheritance that belongs to Israel in the land of Israel? Come on, man. That don't make any sense. Just like you don't have any the heathen have no inheritance with the covenants, with the promises. You don't belong to them. So book of Judges chapter 2 verse 7, and the people served the Lord all the days of Joshua and all the days of the elders that outlived Joshua, who had seen all the great works of the Lord that he did for Israel. Now is Joshua Yahweh? Is Joshua Yahweh Shah, because it translates back to Yehoshua. So is that the Lord? Is that the Lord, man? Now some of y'all might get that wrong, and it's not. Even though when you go into the Hebrew, it says Yahweh Shai too. That's why you need to go into these words, man. This book wasn't, the Old Testament wasn't written in English, man. It's the book of Judges chapter 2 and verse 8. And Joshua the son of Nun, hold on, not the son of Joseph, the son of Nun, the servant of the Lord, died being 110 years old. So he was 110 when he died. He was serving. And who was he shepherding at that time? Everybody? Was he telling everybody to come with me so we can go inherit the land? Or was it the people who walked through the Red Sea, who made a covenant with Moses on Mount Sinai? It's the same people in the book of Judges, committing the same rebellion and repenting and coming back, just like today. Those are the same people the Lord's reaching out to. Same people he was shepherding out of Egypt back then. It's the same thing. It's the book of Judges chapter 2 and verse 9. And they buried him in the border of his inheritance in Timnath Heres, in the mount of Ephraim, on the north side of the hill Gash. So Joshua was an Ephraimite, an Israelite from the northern kingdom, got buried in his land. Okay, just like we got inheritances with that land. He was buried in his inheritance because he was an Israelite. They're not taking heathen people and bringing them to Israel to bury them. Okay, book of Judges chapter 2 and verse 10. And also all that great generation were gathered unto their fathers. And there arose another generation after them, which knew not the Lord, nor yet the works which he had done for Israel. And that's like you Christians, man. You knew not the Lord. You still know not the Lord. You're the new generation of reprobates. The same generation that was in the wilderness being rebellious. Because there's really nothing new under the sun. You're those same people in the same lot. This book of Judges chapter 2 and verse 11. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord and served Balaam or Baal Yum. Okay? Multiple false gods. And that's what y'all still do to this day. Israelites doing that. Serving wood and stone, still in, just like now. Okay? You serving Jesus Christ, which is considered wood. Okay? You serving wood. Okay? Book of Judges chapter 2 and verse 12. And they forsook the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, God of their fathers. Yeah, what fathers? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Moses, and Joshua. Okay? They're the ones who worship Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, or Yahweh. And you're not doing it. Okay? Letter J was created in 1524. Judges was written way before 1524, man. Okay? Way before the Roman and the Greek Empire. Judges chapter 1, Judges chapter 2 and verse 12. And they forsook the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, God of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Egypt. Hold on, did Jesus bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt? Because that's what y'all are saying when you're saying they're all one. And if that's not true, then clearly you're wrong. And you gotta have that accountability, but you're like a woman. You're just like a damn woman, man. You don't have no accountability. You don't have no understanding. Okay? Of the gods of the people that were round about. Let me read that again. Judges chapter 2 verse 12. And they forsook the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, God of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Egypt, and followed other gods, of the gods of the people that were round about them. And that's what you do. You follow the gods that are round about you. That's all you're doing. and bowed themselves unto them, and you bow yourself unto Baal and provoke the Lord to anger. And that's all you do, is provoke the Lord to anger. And if he's angry with you, does that mean he loves you? Does that mean he's going to hug you when he see you? No, he's going to destroy you because you think he's sweet. When he tells you in Exodus 15:3, he's a man of war. Is a man of war hugging and kissing everybody during a battle? No, but that's what y'all are doing. So Book of Judges chapter 2 verse 13, and they forsook the Lord and served Baal and Ashtaroth. So different gods, man. Idols. Gods that wouldn't profit them. Gods that didn't bring them to salvation. Just like Jesus Christ, who's Caesar Borgia, a better rendition of Caesar Borgia. Caesar Borgia's an ugly motherfucker. You wouldn't worship Caesar Borgia if he looked the way he did. They made a false image even more false, just so it'd be more pleasant for you. I can worship somebody with long brown hair and blue eyes or whatever. Not woolly hair. Okay? Not as if his skin was burned in a furnace. Now, because then he looked like a so-called black man, someone that probably left you during when you were younger. Because he's suffering the curses in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. So you look at that, you feel pain. When you see a so-called black man, you feel some type of way, man, because that's mostly Jake. That's mostly Judah. Okay? So you get those emotions that your mama gave you. That's what you feel when you see Jake, because you were raised up by your mother. But Jake gotta suffer all these things, man, and still go serve the Lord. Because who's to say that your kids are gonna make it anyways? You still got a job to do. Lord ain't send you down here be all covered up with your bitch, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. She gonna tell your ass to take them on TV. She gonna be the reason why you perish anyways, majority of you Israelites out there. Because you're all of y'all love that damn woman, man. More than you love the Lord. And you can't love nothing more than the Lord or you're gonna die. So Book of Judges chapter 2, verse 14, and the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel. This is the same story over and over. And he delivered them into the hands of the spoilers that spoiled them. And that's why we're in the hands of the so-called white man, for being disobedient to the Lord. They spoiled us. They destroyed us. They took our things, man. They took our inheritance. They took our precious gold out of our temples, out of our temples. And he put them into his. Gave us a different doctrine, that slave doctrine that you love so much. Okay? That's why you're still a slave in your spirit, man. He took the chains off you physically, but spiritually they're still on you. We're trying to give you the word, which is the key. The Lord gave us the authority to free you from the chains of slavery with this word, but you deny it. You want that all in your ear, man, because you love your master. You got Stockholm syndrome. It's the Book of Judges, chapter 2, verse 14. And he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about. Yeah, he sold them to their enemies round about, so that they could not any longer stand before their enemies. And now we're not standing, we can't stand. Okay? It's like we can't come up against them. But now we're standing now because we got this truth. In the midst of our enemies, we're eating and we're condemning this devil. Those of us who have the power to do so, who have the authority given to them by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua to come out here on these highways and hedges and prophesy against this devil, Mount Seir. Okay? Judges chapter 2, verse 15, whithersoever they went out, the hand of the Lord was against them for evil. That's right, the hand of the Lord was against them for evil, man. Things they have done. Okay? As the Lord had said, and as the Lord had sworn unto them, and they were greatly distressed. And he swore and said that to us in Exodus the 24th chapter on Mount Sinai. And we all said we were going to do it. And because you don't believe in reincarnation, you think none of this applies to you. But it does, because you agreed, made a blood covenant with the Lord, and it's never disannulled. But your covenant with death, that's going to be disannulled. Judges chapter 2, verse 16, nevertheless, the Lord raised up judges, which delivered them out of the hand of those that spoiled them. Yeah, he raised up judges, man. Samson was a judge. Who else was a judge? You got Samson. You got Gibeon. You got Deborah. You got Yahushua. Ultimately, the judge that's coming back to bring them out is Yahushua. And that's the last salvation. He's the deliverer. Okay? He's the deliverer. And he's going to deliver us from and give us salvation perpetually. He raises up judges before, then they went off and we continue back in the cycle of going off again. But this time it's going to, the time about the last time is that we're going to be changed in the twinkling of an eye. We're going to be given a new body, hearts made of flesh. We're never going to go off again. Okay? And he's going to call us by a new name. We're going to be New Jerusalem, and we're going to come down here and put the heathen in slavery. You're going to be subject to oppression. You're going to be building up the kingdom for us. Just like we labored and got nothing for it, you're going to labor, you're going to take it all. You're taking everything. Okay? Everything belongs to Israel anyways, even yourself. You're just a bunch of servants. You belong to Israel. You're still property of Israel. Right now. It's just that the Lord, hey, he turned everything upside down because of our wickedness. To show us something. To show us how to be judges in the future. Righteous judges. Unlike Esau. Okay? This book of Judges chapter 2 and verse 16. Nevertheless, the Lord raised up judges which delivered them out of the hand of those that spoiled them. And yet they would not hearken unto their judges. And that's why y'all don't hearken. Y'all still don't hearken unto this word. Okay? You don't hearken to the judges. But they went a-whoring after other gods. And that's what you're doing again today. You're going a-whoring, being a harlot, just like in Babylon, the mother of harlots, and you worshiping the same, most worshiped God here in Babylon is Ashtaroth. I mean, is, what's her name? Jesus Christ. Judges chapter 2 and verse 17, and yet they would not hearken unto their judges, but they went a-whoring after other gods, and bowed themselves unto them. They turned quickly out of the way which their fathers walked in. Yeah, they walked in the law, statutes, and commandments. They're being obedient to the Lord. And you walk out of that way, obeying the commandments of the Lord Yahweh, but they did not so. Yeah, you ain't doing that, man. You're not obeying the Lord. Okay? Just like you were back then. And when the Lord raised them up judges, then the Lord was with the judge and delivered them out of the hand of their enemies all the days of the judge. For it repented the Lord because of their groanings by reason of them that oppressed them and vexed them. Yeah. The groanings, man. This is a groaning. Okay? When we pray to the Lord about the abominations that be done in the midst of it, we're groaning to the Lord to destroy this place. We're not telling, oh, we want better. No, we want to have a spirit to endure whatever we got to go through and endure all the way up to the end until we get saved. And keep the spirit on us not to go back into the world and be okay with this double rule. Okay? There's no one you can tell except the Lord. He's the one who sets up kings and puts down kings. Judges chapter 2 and verse 19. And it came to pass when the judge was dead that they returned and corrupted themselves more than their fathers, and following other gods to serve them and to bow down unto them. They ceased not from their own doings, nor from their stubborn way. And that's what y'all doing again. It's the same story, man. It's the same story over and over. Israel, rebellion, going to other gods, coming back, the Lord saves them. Then they go back into slavery, captivity to their enemies because they broke the covenant with the Lord. And this time he's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to fuck you up this time. For a long time. I'm not going to keep saving you and bring you back and and have you go under another nation. We're tired of that shit, man. We don't want to just be saved, but man, we want to be changed too. Okay, so we can serve the Lord 100%. So we don't got to be like we were in the book of Judges. Because the only thing that's going to happen if he save us, next thing you know, we're up under Moab again. We're up under Ammon. We're up under Ishmael. We're up under Esau. Ham again. Just some other damn nation. It's the book of Judges, chapter 2, verse 20. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel. And he said, because that this people have transgressed my covenant, which I commanded their fathers, and have not hearkened unto my voice, I also will not henceforth drive out any from before them of the nations which Joshua left when he died. Yeah, I'm not going to drive you out of there anymore. Okay, I'm not going to, nope, you don't want to listen. Because Joshua died, right? Now you want to go back to being a devil? Okay, just like when Yahweh Shah died. Look how far further and further we led all the way up to the point to now that we're arguing on the internet about who's the Lord. And you going to and fro, you got all these views, and look at how many people are watching your videos, man. Millions of people, and you leading them astray. You get millions of views, and you ain't telling them the truth. Okay, so the Lord's gonna destroy you with those millions. Just like it says in 2nd Esdras, the 8th chapter. Okay, Judges chapter 2, verse 21, I also will not henceforth drive out any from before them of the nations which Joshua left when he died, that through them I may prove Israel. Yeah, through them, through these heathen nations, I may prove Israel. Okay, there's a proving, there's a confirmation that he wants to see how much faith you got, who's really serving the Lord, who's on the Lord's side, through all these afflictions. Now he can see who is who. We're starting to see more and more who is who, man. We're starting to see that. Let me read that again. Judges chapter 2, verse 22, that through them I may prove Israel, whether they will keep the way of the Lord to walk therein as their fathers did, keep it or not. Yeah, that's how we're going to prove you. We're going to see if you're going to follow the ways of the Lord or not. I forgot what movie it was. I think it was like a samurai movie. He had a son. He put a sword down, and he put I think he put a sword in a book or a gun or some shit. If he chose the sword, man, then he'd become a samurai. But if he chose whatever else, man, I think he would have, I don't know if he would have killed them or he would have just disowned them. That's kind of what the Lord is doing with us, man. He's giving us the sword. You choose the sword. Hey, man, that was through the Spirit, because you're just a baby. You don't know. I forgot what movie it was. Actually, I think it was a Chinese movie. A really good movie, too. I forgot what it was. But through the reincarnation, what happened was, I forgot the name of it, but they were showing you there was reincarnation, that if he chose the sword, then he was the actual king that they prophesied was going to come back, and they gave him all of his old toys and shit, and he kept choosing, oh, that's my favorite thing, and this, that, and the third, so they knew that was him coming back in the reincarnation. I forgot the name of the movie. It's a fucking really good movie, too. I forgot, it's a Chinese movie. I forgot the name. Fuck, it's a good movie, if you know what I'm talking about. Judges chapter 2, verse 23, therefore the Lord left those nations without driving them out hastily, neither delivered he them into the hand of Joshua. Okay, so same thing, man. We're going through the same thing. The Lord's allowing these nations to be in the position that they're in. Hey, and you got to endure it. And you got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. Through faith, though. This is all through faith. Okay? It's all to build up our faith, man. Okay? He said, "Con about Elon Musk." Oh, you had 2nd Esdras? Oh, that's the Spirit, my lord. That's beautiful. Yeah, let me grab it. Deuteronomy 17 and 14. That's right, my lord. Yeah, we ain't supposed to be worshiping, voting for these damn devils. And thou art come unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. Yeah. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose, one from among thy brethren, which that's the point. One from among thy brethren shall thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger. And that's why your country's the way it is. And not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. And that's a commandment. You break those laws, and you got to expect those things that come with that. 2nd Esdras 8 and 1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. That's right, man. That's why you see a lot of heathen nations, you know, they're in power right now. A lot of different kings from different nations because this is their time. Second Esdras 8:2. I will tell thee a similitude, Esdras, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold, whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this present world. There be many created, but few shall be saved. That's right, Malak. Many created, but few shall be saved, man. Okay, ultimately that's the elect. You got to be a part of that number. Ephesians 4:21, if so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahweh Shai, that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. That's right, man. And that ye put on the new man which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness. That's right, Mavat. That's right, man. We got to put off this old man. Okay, thinking that we know everything, everything we taught was right and stand on it, man. We need to be renewed, man. That's the old man, the ways we learn in this world. Job 2:7, so went Satan forth from the presence of the Lord and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown. And he took him a potsherd to scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes. But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of God, and shall we not receive evil? And all this did not Job sin with his lips. That's right, man. That's your woman. That's your woman, man. Your woman is going to be a stumbling block in these last days. Especially if you're the type of, the Lord ain't put you in a position where, oh man, it's tough, man. Cause I've been with some grimy ass bitch before, so I already know. When I wasn't in this truth, man, and now that I can't even explain it, man. It's like I was spiritually just fucking weak, man. As strong as I am, I was weak as shit, man. And it's crazy because I know a lot of brothers are going through that, man. But the Lord, he tells you, man, a wicked woman is given to a portion for a wicked man. So for, you know, not in all cases, Job was perfect. But sometimes, but Job still stayed with the Lord. He stayed with the Lord, so he believed in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Okay, so you gotta be like Job, man. Even through the affliction, man. You can't be trusting that damn chick, man. Never sinned with his lips, man. Never. He always trusted in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Even going through getting boils, man. He said he broke a potsherd. Job 2:8, and he took him a potsherd to scrape himself with all, man. He was itching, man. Cutting himself, man, with them boils. It's tough, man. But going through all that affliction, you know, he never gave up on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. But we got to pray for these things, man, that the Lord gives us this wisdom. Because with that wisdom, man, that'll get you out of a lot of stuff, man. You know, staying true to the Lord, man. Peace up, Allah, the water for that one. But I'm going to end it right there. Lord's will, this was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem, B'Cha Kodash. Shalom, Abba Ball, Kwam Yasharala, and the water Malak for giving me these precepts. Shalom.